Okay, good morning, everyone. Today we have to start a new section. This is about how to transform things. Actually, in R, we have many different ways to deal with the things that I'm going to talk about within next few minutes. However, there are specific functions that we use in R in order to do our work easier. So think about, I mean, if you have seen or if you have done any SQL before, like work with databases, you know how to, if you need to select something or if you need to retrieve something, then you have to write a query, right? Like select this from here, this is the condition, something, something. So, same thing we have to do in R, but we don't need to go that much deeper. Without going that much, we can do our job on the surface level. So, in order to do that, we have to use some pre-built functions. But again, although we have this kind of super nice functions, based on your problem, based on the hardness of your problem, you have to think and do something differ from what we are going to do. It's another case, but in general, there are actually five, six functions I need to talk about in this transformation section because those are important. So today in my uh, discussion, I just want to point out three most important transformation functions. Those are select, filter, and arrange. So same as the way how we can see them, select is to select things, filter is to filter out things, arrange is to reorder the original order. Okay, so I'll go through these three things with examples because there is no much theories I want to talk about with these functions. I just want you to show you how to use these functions. All right. So to do this, I just use a data set called travel time data set. And by the way, I forgot to mention, when you are watching this video, just try to open up R and try to do this work with me. Okay, so that you can practice. Take the same, I mean, you don't need to take a separate time to practice. Just with this video, you can open it up, open R, and try to follow these. All right, so this travel time data set has few columns, few variables, day of the week, distance, max speed, total time. So it has about 200 observations. Right, now first thing is first, you have to import this data set into your R. Okay, so let me do that. uh, this data set is already uploaded on the Moodle, so you can simply download it into your local machine and then import it. So in my case, I'm going to do it as a good practice. I always mention call the library Tidyverse. Library Tidyverse. And then df equals what's the dataset name, which is the dataset name is uh, travel time dataset. Oh, sorry, travel time dataset. Uh, right, I think it. I have it in my. Uh, yes. that I have the data set. Travel times. Okay, so you know how to read a file, right? How you know how to import a data set into R. So read.csv. Okay, then you have to mention within double quotation marks. You have to mention the file name, including its file path. So in my case, this is the file. I can copy this file path by clicking on this, copy and paste it. Okay, but in R we need two backslashes. Okay, uh, sorry, two forward slashes. So travel time dot csv, and you have to replace these one slashes from two. Right. So my dataset, once it read this dataset, it's gonna be my df. Let me clean this first. Okay. Now I'm going to run this Tidos library. So it will, yes, successfully load everything and then df. So now you can see this df is this dataset. Day, start time, day of week, going, distance. So you have everything. And as you can see here, you have 205 entries with 14 columns. Okay. Uh, so I was working on, so right. Okay. Okay. Uh, if you need to get the sum of the comments you can see in this last column. It's all about comments. We have comments, some of them we don't have comments. But if you need to get the sum of these columns, these comments, you can simply use the keyword sum and equal empty. Okay, if you need to find out how many uh, how many comments that do not have comment in this data set. For example, this one, see uh, here, this one, uh, we don't have a comment, but for this one, we have a comment. So if you need to check how many of them they have no comments, you can simply use sum. Now you have to call the variable name, but first you have to mention what is the data set. Otherwise, R doesn't know what is the data set. So this is the way. df is my data set name, then dollar sign. Find out the once you enter this dollar sign, then it pops up these these options. What are the values in this data set? See, so you don't have to remember anything. This is what I need. So equal blank 181. Okay, there are 181 that do not have any comment. Okay, right. Now let's move to the select. Right. Think about you need to select something. For example, if you need to let's see what are the columns. Right. Going to. Okay. You need to print this going to column. Okay. You need to print this going to column. So what you have to do is simply df dollar sign, then select going to. Done. Right. Once you do this, it will print going to values in this going to column, or you can simply use print uh, going to values, for example, going to. Oh, sorry. Okay, you can use simply print function, print going to. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay. Yeah, print going to. So you can see all the values in this print command. Okay, it is going to variable. But this is not actually what I mean. If you need to specifically view these results, okay, without using a print function, here it's just a print. Okay, you cannot hold these values in by using a variable. Okay, you cannot assign these values, whatever the values in this column, into a variable. This is just print. Okay, but suppose that you need to assign this column to another column. How do you get this column? So select is the way you can select specific columns in the dataset. You can use select to select specific columns, columns from the very beginning to end. For example, you need column number 5 to 10 in your data set, so you can use select function to pick those columns from column number 5 to 10. Or if you need all columns except some columns, then you can do this, you can use the select. Okay, there are a few different cases to use select based on your needs. For example, first one, as you can see here, select dataset name and column names. By using this, you can select the columns that you need. Okay, the second way is a specific set of columns, but in this case, see, you can see select df, that's a dataset name, comma, a to c, a colon c. In this case, it start from a and retrieve columns up to c. Okay, so it will consider all the columns from the beginning to end based on the values you have mentioned here. The last thing is you can select everything except whatever the column you don't need. To do that, you can mention df, your dataset name, select df, comma, minus column name, so that R knows, okay, you don't need this column. Okay, let's see how this works. Uh, let's use another new variable. No going home. No going to. Okay, this is my variable. I'm going to But now going to let me see the data set. Okay, I need these three columns only, these four columns only. Day of week, going to, distance, max speed. I need only those four columns. So what I do is simply df1, which is a new data set, select df. Okay, next you have to mention, see, you have to mention column names. So column names are, since you have mentioned the dataset name df, you don't need to mention the dataset again, dataset name again. You can simply use column names. So I need day of the week, yeah, day of week, d capital, then going to should be two capital, yeah, going to together, then distance, max speed. Right. So you have to be careful with column names. If it is, I mean, if you misspell them, then I will not give you what you need. Right, done. Now my DF, you can see my DF1. Same number of observations, but now we have only four variables. This is what I need. Okay, okay. Suppose that this one. Suppose that I need data from uh, day to day of week. Only these three, first three. So how should I get that? df2, select, df is a data set. Then I need values. What are these? Date and end from here, going to, or let's say let's say day of week. So date, day of week. You have to mention starting point, date, colon, oh sorry, date, colon, day of week. Now what is my R2? Sorry, DF2. My DF2 has three variables: date, start time, and day of week. Okay. Okay. Suppose that I need a data set without having going to. So DF3, select my data set name, and then you can use minus the variable name you need to exclude. I need day of week. Once you do that, you can see you have previous you have 14 variables. I'm talking about this one and under this environment panel. Previously you had 14 variables. Now you have 13 variables. So going to so day of week is gone. It's not here. Okay, clear. All right. Uh, right. If you need to see the dimensions of these data sets. Dimensions means how many rows, how many columns, the kind of details. There's a keyword dim dimension. Dim of what? You have to mention the dataset name here. Suppose df. It is my df. See, 205 observations. That means 205 rows and 14 columns. See, dimensions. Okay. The next one is filter. Now I'm going to filter out the results, I mean the values that I need. So filter help us to uh, filter things from specific ways. It works exactly similar to select, but the idea is select and the filter, they are two different things. Right. Whenever you need to filter something, you have to mention a condition. Okay, a condition. For example, this value greater than 5. If that particular value greater than 5, you can get this, otherwise not. Something like that. Okay. So you have to have a condition within this filter command. Right. Filter. Okay. Let's use an example. In this filter command, we have our dataset name and then condition. In our dataset, going to what are the values? Going to okay, home, GSK. All right. Suppose you need a new dataset, let's say DFO, and you need to exclude whatever the values they have mentioned home under going to. Okay, in this going to variable, if it is home, then you have to exclude this. Okay, that means you don't need this. To do that, you have to use filter, and then you have to mention the dataset name and the condition. So dataset name, condition. How do you write the condition? So in order to write the condition, you have to mention dataset name and the variable which is going to um, equal home. Equal home. Actually, I if I don't need if I need to exclude home, then I have to use not equal. Values are simple letters. Yeah. Right. If I do this, if I run this DF4 data set consists of all the values except home in going to column. DF4. Where is my DF4? Right. See, there are 105 observations. This 100 observations gone. Check this. Going to. Do I have home? No, I don't have home value in this going to. Okay. Right. Suppose that DF5. You need the data set. You need to create a new data set that includes going to GSK. Okay, you need that one. So you can write in df comma def this going to variable equal GSK. So in this data df5 data set, shows you all the uh, going to values equals to GSK. Oh, sorry, this should be a comma. Okay, see this DF5 going to all of them GSK. Okay, right. Uh, you can combine this select with filter. That's based on the problem actually, and also you can add two or more conditions within this condition section in filter command. Like this. This is the example. You need going to equal homes and day of the week Wednesday. Okay. Okay. A new data set file filter df. Then first one is df going to equal home and in R and you can use for and you can use this ampersand sign. Okay, and uh, day of the week, right? Yeah, day of week. Df day of week equal Friday. Okay, and this df file satisfies all the going to equals home and day of week Friday. So you have home and Fridays only. See, 13 observations. Okay, last one is arrange. You can rearrange things. You can sort your data set. You can use pipe command on top of these arrange. So you can do anything. You can do many things. Let's use arrange. You can reorder things that you have. For example, if you need to arrange things ascending order based on a particular column, you have to mention the arrange dataset name and that particular column name. uh, it will sort everything the entire data set into ascending order. You can mention more than one variable, it doesn't matter, it will sort it out. But if you need to arrange a descending order, then you have to use arrange dataset name and descending. You have to mention DESC, descending order. Okay, okay. Let's sort this arrange df. Hmm, let's see distance in ascending order. So we can simply mention dataset column name. I don't remember the column name, so I just use df dollar sign right. You can see it's already sorted into ascending order. Distance, see the lowest value 48, it is here, then it is increasing. Okay. uh, if you need to change the ascending to descending, then you have to mention DESC. Okay, so the same thing, DESC, descending distance, then you should be able to see the result. This one, this one, where is it? Uh-oh. This one, distance starting from the highest value. All right. Okay. Uh, you can try this example actually. This is based on pipe command. So try to go through this example. Okay. Finally, I have summarized all you need here. So this is the uh, core that you need to remember in this section. Okay, select, filter, arrange. I have mentioned the references, and I already mentioned specific things that I have used in this context. Okay, so select, filter, arrange. All right, now you guys can try these things. Please try to go through this example. This is really important. This includes pipe. Okay, so we need this idea to continue. So please take 10 to 15 minutes to do things again. Okay, and try this last uh, example here. Okay, and I don't understand what is going on. If you have any questions, just let me know. Just shoot me an email, come to my office, and just talk to me. Okay. I hope you guys can practice this art because it's based on practicing. Okay. As long as you practice well, you code daily, you try to solve problems, then you will become master on this art programming. Okay, so practice, always practice. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Uh, and next day I'll continue the second part of this transformation, and hopefully we can see each other next week. Okay, have a nice day. Take care.